Hello and welcome to another board game unboxing. This is the Resident Evil Kickstarter edition. I went all in with the total pledge, which is bravo. Plus, I did get the extra Survivors pack. I did not. The only thing that I did not get was the Golden Tyrant because I just didn't really add much gameplay to actual thing. It's just a unique Tyrant statue that's just painted in gold, and that was like a Easter egg or a reference to something that you will see in the Sega Saturn version of the game. So we're just going to take a look at all the contents in here. I am going to paint all of the miniatures in the future video and showcase that. Now there is a spoiler for the next game here. I'm going to review it in 5, 4, 3, 2, dun-dun. And there you go, Resident Evil 4, the board game. And there's a huge letter on the back, and I'm going to just leave that there. And then you can pause the video and read it yourself. And it's the signature on the bottom. First up, we have these Neuroframe mats, mouse mat type things. The printing on it is pretty decent, and we got 4 of these. I'm not going to keep the plastic wrap or whatever, because these are going just to go in the main box, because they're going to go with it always. Next up, we have this red tube, which is kind of nice. Now the red tube I'm going to keep, but the extra dice, I guess if the box has room for it, I'm just going to keep in the box. There's a sponge there, and stop the dice from falling out or something. It's a huge tube for what you get inside, and that's kind of annoying. Next up, Kickstarter Exclusives. On the back of the box is just some copyright stuff. With the exclusive box, we have all of the Kickstarter Go extra miniatures and stuff. Different clothing items and uniforms, all different characters. We have a running Joe, another version of, I think is that Chris or Wesker? No, that's no glasses. It's probably one of the Chris's. We have Resident Evil 3 Joe, so if you don't have Resident Evil 3 board game, you can get her here. And we have like sportswear Rebecca. So that was a special, one of the special exclusives. And this one was for all backers who went all in, or they had backed previous versions of the other games, Resident Evil 2 and 3. Next up, we have the Fallout 5 expansion in another box. And yeah, we have this tray here with our minis. They all look very, very good. And we have more cards, the character cards, Advanced Edward Dewey. But these cards are not special shrink wrapped or anything. They're in this little card pack thing, which doesn't matter. Still not going to keep that. So yeah, 5 extra cards. Advanced Albert Wesker. There he is. With the gun pointing up this time. Next up is a box of monsters. Got some more hunters, more zombie dogs, and regular zombies. And if I pull this tray up, there's just a tray of just trio zombies, as it were. So none of these are exclusive, none of these are special. They're just bonus items that you would have gotten with the Kickstarter version. Whereas if you buy it now, you're gonna have to, if you want extra monsters, you're gonna have to pay for that separately. Next up, we have the terrain box. Now this is the first time I have one of these, because in previous Kickstarters you would have cost more to get any kind of like terrain stuff, where this was going for like a special deal thing. So the first time I have these terrain boxes, and all of these come in these baggies. Some of these are repeats of previous sets that I do have. You know, zombies that are dead on the floor, will they stand up, will they not? You know, instead of using the card tokens, you can use these. We have opened doors that I guess just won't close. Not sure what use of that there is, because you have these other doors. We have some metal doors, like the rusted one, wooden doors, and a bag of like special like laboratory doors, different styles of wooden doors. But all of these you just push open. They're on little hinges, which I hope it's still okay after I paint them. I hope to be careful not to get the paint too thick. So if those doors can open, why do we need open archway doors? I don't get it. They're doors that you just cannot close. And we have these, I'm guessing they're meant to signalize like staircases and stuff. There's a bit of a bump there. Got some railings on the side. Speaking of railings, here are just some to help you build walls and stuff. They got a wide base, so they should stand okay. And we got some, we got a typewriter. It's quite detailed. And some ink ribbons. Ooh. There we go, that's a closer one. Next up, we have the retro pack. The style of the box is just the original cover from the PlayStation version, or I think Saturn and PC as well. And on the back here, we have some old models, but they pixelated more than what they should look like. In fact, those are not the actual PlayStation models. That's kind of lazy. They took like artwork and they just digitize them. They should have screen capped the PlayStation game. Whatever. So inside here with the retro stuff, we have these items and weapons card with the old PlayStation models, which again, that's not exactly accurate, because when you're in your item box inventory, it's like a stock, it's like an image they put in there, like pixel art that they have. But these are what you see in the game run. For item pickups, that's okay, but weapons, I guess. I was expecting something that's a bit more, that looks a lot more retro than what it is here. So these are just aesthetic things. They are, well, kind of useless. In fact, they just pixelated Lisa Trevor model that they have that's in red. These creatures too, I'm not going to rip these open. In fact, I only have the retro set because it comes with the all-in pledge, and the all-in pledge is cheaper than buying things individually. So yeah, these cards, there's nothing special about these. These look just like the original cards. Oh, there's a pixelated dog on the art, but that's it. They just pixelated a bunch of cards they're already designing, and oh, that's the retro pack. So I think if you don't have this pack, don't bother. It's, even if you like the aesthetics of the original PlayStation game, it's not that special. This one, maybe, this stack of cards do look a bit more retro than all the other stuff, but this box is pointless. I'm not going to break the seal on any of these cards. I'm going to try and sell off this box if I can. Next up we have game trays, which is supposed to have enough space for all of the models to, in the core box at least, to fit inside the box, and supposed to fit all the item tokens and stuff, so this one might be useful. We have a box here that's for, I think it's not the miniatures, it's also for more tokens and stuff. I'm going to be lining them up into all of these boxes as much as I can. So this one definitely looks a bit more useful than some of the other game trays that we had before. But in the past board games, I've tried to fit as much as I can into the core box, and I've thrown away and chucked away all the extra boxes. So I don't think I'll be able to do that with this game, but I'm gonna try. Here's a quick look at the back of the core box. Opening up, you have a very nice lenticular sheet here, so it's plastic, so it's not as flimsy as the previous two games where they just have a piece of paper, and which was worse for Resident Evil 3 because the piece of paper actually turned around and had like a little map system thing on the back. And this one also has like some item thing on the back, so it might be useful for every time we actually play a game. We have the rule book printed very nicely with the remake art, full color and everything. Scenarios book, this is quite thick, like to see that, so there's a lot of game in here, showing you all different maps that you're going to be playing. I already punched out all the tiles. We got our health stuff, which if you're using the mats that you saw in the beginning, you don't need it. We got the different, I guess like some sort of like danger thing. We got some numbers for the boss. We got the same weapon wheels and stuff. There is one slight difference with these weapon wheels, is that the plastic itself, the bottom piece actually has like a little hole in it, so it clips into the cardboard, and then the top piece, there's a small little bump on the peg, so it pegs in and clicks in to the plastic. So the two pieces of plastic that clips the cardboard together actually has a little clip on it, so unlike the Resident Evil 2 and 3 board games, it's not gonna slide back out eventually. The map tiles, they're okay. There's no tile here from the main hall, which is a bit disappointing. We got the dining room ones, and we got different labs and like staff house for the Lisa Trevor stuff. So there are different areas. This is the end area for the boss battle. This is the cave where you kill Lisa Trevor. So we got unique areas from the cards, which is really nice, but there's no mansion entrance card. At least I didn't see it. I have some more cards that I put in here, but I'm going to be using that trays thing to sort them out. A bunch of different hearts and tokens and such. We got the same ones I saw earlier in the monster box. So zombies, zombie dogs. Do we have any burning zombie dogs? No, we don't, because that didn't happen. Now for some more unique stuff, we got Lisa Trevor there, and we got the tyrants, we got the bosses here. And if you just got the core box, you got the 4 main playable characters, which is Chris, Jill, Rebecca, and Barry. Underneath that tray, you have another tray that's supposed to hold everything, but as you see, it didn't. So do not tilt your box because that's just going to mess everything up. And yeah, we have many of these zombie tokens, item tokens. We got these door tokens here that we're not actually going to use, or the typewriter tokens, because we have actual 3D tokens this time, and another pack of dice. Next up we have the director's cut booklet with more like instructions and different game modes. We got some snakes, more spiders. These are the same spiders as the previous games. We got those little bug things at the bottom. We got some slightly different pose zombies, crows. I think these are different than previous crows, and we have all the characters in extra characters, plus some alternative versions. We have these two Weskers that are the same but different colors. This is like enemy Wesker, like a special game mode. We have the special zombie, forgot his name there. So yeah, we have all of our star team members here. We got some extra cards, and this box is bigger than it needs to be because you can see there's actually a huge empty space underneath. Finally, Bleak Outpost into the Darkness. Got some extra rules and extra levels for the giant spiders and different creatures and stuff. Got some extra tiles here. These are more of the cave system tiles, more labs. Honestly, all of these are very similar to what's in the base game. This one's a new one. The actual place to fight the spider and the giant snake. We have the extra rooms for the guardhouse or servant quarters, whatever you want to call it. And so yeah, some extra small wooden rooms, more rooms for Lisa Trevor, looks like. And we have the giant shark room as well as this giant plant room. So mostly in terms of the tiles, these are the unique ones, the big ones, where you get the giant monsters. And of course, inside we got more cards, and yeah, once again, don't tilt the boxes, because otherwise... So, some more tiles here in the trays, got some more of these small item cards, got the enemy cards, lots more like spiderweb and extra rule tokens, because we got the miniatures. This one's kind of cool, this shark one, and this one is split into two, the plant, whatever, 42. So, that was a quick look at everything in the boxes, and this is as much as I can reduce the boxes. The two expansion boxes, I've reduced them, but I haven't managed to put these things inside yet. So what I'm going to do, just like my other Resident Evil board games, is I'm going to buy those little tray and toolbox, tiny toolbox thingies. I'm going to fit everything in there. I'm not going to use the game trays or whatever. I'm going to reduce a lot of the space used by putting everything in these tiny little square cubicle boxes. They're like little cabinets, toolboxes, or pill boxes kind of thing. So yeah, and then so that means that the game trays and the retro set, and then even this extra dice set, I'm probably not going to keep. I'm going to see if I can sell those off and just keep, you know, what I need basically to play the game. So guys, just in comment below. Take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.